If only you'd protected Janet with such ferocity, Dr. Pin. Easy Hunter. You mention my wife again and I'll show you ferocity. Michael Douglas retired from acting in 2022 at age 78. He said he didn't want to die on a film set, but retirement hasn't brought him peace. Despite being worth $350 million and owning estates across 3 countries, something is deeply wrong. Every 6 months he waits for a phone call that could change everything. The fear never leaves him. His voice changed forever after his battle with cancer. The Hollywood legend who fooled America is finally facing the consequences. Michael Douglas was born on September 25, 1944, into a world already shaped by fame. His father, Kirk Douglas, had become a rising star after roles in Out of the Past and Champion. His mother, Diana Dill, was an actress with a different kind of charm, bringing her Bermudian roots into the Hollywood mix. Their home was filled with movie legends like Frank Sinatra and Lauren Beale. But being the son of Kirk Douglas wasn't just glamorous. It came with the weight of expectation. Michael admitted he always felt like he was being compared, as if everything he achieved had to match or outdo what his father had done. That pressure shaped his entire life. His parents divorced when he was just 7. The split wasn't peaceful, and Michael was caught in the middle, moving between coasts and living with a sense of emotional unrest. Kirk, known for his ambition and discipline, imposed strict standards. Michael once said his father locked him in his room for hours after a mistake. He described his home as a place full of ambition but lacking peace. This made him crave approval both from his father and the outside world. It planted a hunger to prove himself. Michael attended elite schools like Eaglebrook and Choke, but instead of fitting in, he rebelled. He pulled pranks, got into trouble, and pushed against the rules. He said he felt like both a prince and a pawn in his family. His father didn't understand why Michael wasn't more grateful. Their relationship became a quiet battle. They sometimes didn't speak for months. It wasn't until Michael won an Oscar and had children of his own that the tension softened. Only then did they begin to truly understand each other. When he was just 12, Michael visited the set of Lust for Life. Watching his father transform into Vincent van Gogh left him in awe and fear. He saw the intensity, the commitment, and it scared him. He didn't feel like he could ever live up to that. Instead of excitement, he felt doubt. He later said that visit haunted him for years. It didn't just spark a love for acting. It made him feel like he could never reach that level, never truly earn the Douglas name. In high school, he got into a serious car accident. He was driving friends home when the car veered off a winding Connecticut road. The crash left him with scars on his arms and legs, but the emotional impact ran deeper. He said it changed everything. It made him see how fragile life was. That near-death moment gave him a kind of focus he didn't have before. It sparked the determination he carried into every rejection, every failed audition, every hard choice in Hollywood. He said it taught him never to quit. Michael wanted to act, but Kirk didn't support it at first. He told his son he wasn't tough enough. So Michael didn't go the usual route. He went to the University of California, Santa Barbara, far from Hollywood. He studied drama but worked behind the scenes. He was a grip. He moved lights. He didn't use the Douglas name to open doors. He wanted to earn his way. That stubborn independence set him apart and strained his relationship with Kirk even more. In the early years, things weren't easy. From 1969 to 1971, Michael appeared in 7 different TV roles. Most were small. One time he was even rejected for a toothpaste commercial. They told him he didn't look all-American enough. Then, in 1972, he got his break in the streets of San Francisco. He played Inspector Steve Keller. It was his first real spotlight. He stayed on for over 100 episodes and earned 3 Emmy nominations in a row. Still, he never won. And even then, he felt like he had something to prove. Working with Carl Malden on that show shaped him in unexpected ways. Malden was a respected actor but also demanding. He treated Michael like a rookie. When Michael started asking for creative input during the 3rd season, Malden shut him down hard. He said, "That's not how we do it. Here, kid." Michael took it personally, but he also took it as a lesson. He started shadowing producers, watching how decisions got made. That experience led him to produce One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest just 2 years after leaving the show. Leaving that show in 1976 was a massive risk. TV actors rarely made it in film back then. He was told he wasn't right for leading roles. He failed an audition for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. His early movie roles didn't wow critics in Coma. Some called his performance flat. But Michael was betting on something bigger. He bought the rights to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a novel that studios had rejected for years. His father, Kirk Douglas, had once starred in the Broadway version and tried hard to make it into a movie. But after a decade of failed attempts, Kirk gave up and passed the rights to Michael, thinking it would lead nowhere. Michael thought differently. He raised money, hired Milos Forman to direct, and refused to listen to anyone who said it was a bad idea. Studios had already labeled the story as too risky, too weird, and not commercial enough. Michael went ahead anyway. He fought every step of the way to get the film made. Casting was one of the hardest parts. His father still wanted the lead role, but Michael knew that after more than 10 years, Kirk was too old for the part. It was a painful decision. He chose Jack Nicholson instead, even though many people, including the original author, did